Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything and I have an unboxing of this Lasko 42-inch tower fan. This is something I was looking for on YouTube and I couldn't find any video of this. There's none of this particular model on there, at least from what I can tell. There's some that are similar. I think this is a newer model. Not that there's much different, but and most of the videos of these are never very good, so I'm going to do a unboxing and probably that's wrong. So, quick review, or at least show it off. The features. It's 42-inch. You can see a little bit of a bash in the box there. I've been wanting to get this for a while. I actually did a video last year on how to clean and repair one of these. I had one that was making noise, and I did a video. A lot of people seem to be interested in it. So if you still have a tower fan and maybe you can fix it, just go through my videos, or maybe I'll link it. I did how to take one apart, but it eventually just the noise kept coming back and I threw it away. So this is what I'm getting to replace it, and I was deciding between a Honeywell, but this one was on sale, so I got a price match, so they're about the same price. One thing I did see is people were saying that it didn't oscillate very much as far as movement, so I'll definitely make sure to test that. Sorry the angle on this isn't the greatest, but it's kind of hard to, I can't really set this on my desk because it's just way too big and I don't have enough space to really get a good angle, but it shouldn't matter that much. This is actually way taller than I thought it would be. I'm up to like 6'1". I mean, this is up to past my stomach, so it's 42. Most of them are only like 36, so I'll just go ahead and open it. But I was deciding between a Honeywell, which was the cheaper, and normally I probably would have went with it, but since this I got the discount, I don't know if it'll stay there. It's normally $60, but I would definitely check and see what they're going for. You can get the price match from their website. So probably edit most of that out because that took way longer than it should have. And again, since I was deciding between that Honeywell, if this wouldn't be adequate, for some reason, I don't think it oscillated enough, or I would probably just take it back. And if I do, I'd mention it here, and I would do another unboxing and overview on that one as well, if I would have to get another one. Because those are probably the two main ones, and I'd probably even suggest the Honeywell's probably the better one. There's just so much extra packaging, it's not worth showing at all. Just the way everything it doesn't need to be packaged that much. Wasn't worth showing, but I guess this just slides in here somehow, which I'll read the instructions and then come back with it assembled and mention how it was done. One thing I do like about this particular one is the remote here is much smaller. Some of them like a real bulky looking brick, and I like this one's a little bit thinner. To probably be easier to fit on a nightstand or something. Takes two AAA, and of course it doesn't come with any when I don't have any on hand. And then you get some instructions that are probably in every language spoken in this country, so we'll probably have one sheet that will have limited instructions on how to actually put it together, and you get a few of these screws. I think the only part that'll screw together is probably just that plastic base, and the top probably drops into it, like the last one I had. Okay, so the assembly was pretty straightforward, and as I assumed, there wasn't really much of any instruction, just one page. But you just line these two up and they interlock, and then you'll have two different shaped screws, like a built-in washer. They go on the outside, and then you'll run your cable through, and then you have this cable management. And then for these screws, you get 6 in total, and you get 4 to lock or screw the fan into the base itself, and then that's pretty much as far as the installation is. Okay, so here's it all built and set up. You can kind of see it quick, get some more light on it there. And you can see you have these louvers, if I can hold all this at once, to where you can adjust them up and down, which I like. My last tower fan didn't have that. And what I like is they're only about this big, so that way you'll still have air coming out the same direction there, but then you can have so it's kind of like two instead of it all going the same direction. This only changes the top part, which I like. And you can see the control panel, as they call it, up here. And actually plugged in, so now it's on. So that's 3. That makes a good bit of air, but again, I have a small room, so this will be fine for me, but for some people that might not be enough. I'm going to have to turn my other fan off now, which you probably saw that temporary setup there until I get another tower fan. That's pretty tall. I don't know why it goes 3, 2, 1 instead of 1, 2, 3, but that doesn't really matter to me. 1's still pretty high, so I don't see much difference. Three's a little higher. Then you have this ionizer, which I'll probably never use. It's pretty glaring bright light that you could put a piece of duct tape over it, but I don't think I'll use it. And then you have this timer, and I really like how this doesn't beep. My last one, beep, beep, and then you had to press every single one. It would beep for all of them, so if you hit that at night, so that's quiet. Let's see how much it oscillates. Okay, that's not bad. Oh yeah, give me that shot, baby. So that's where it starts. That's definitely not 90 degrees. That's probably closer to maybe somewhere between 45 and 60. That should be good. Like some of these, they barely turned at all. This is a newer model, and it said something like wide range oscillation, so hopefully that's more. I think that'll be enough to reach my, so I like to aim it at my bed at night and then aim it back to this way in the day, like how that one is. You're blowing the papers. I'm actually, yeah, it's definitely not moving a ton of air, but since it's so tall, you get a nice wide range. And again, let's see, putting on a little bit of Kevin Owens style weight there, but it's right about to my belly button, so it's taller than my last one, but I think I can fit it in there without problem. Turn it back off. No beeping, I really like that. Actually, I'm going to just turn it back on now because I'm sweating again. Starts back up nice and quick. So again, I'm going to link the Honeywell fan. I think it might be the better choice if you want something thinner. The base is like hollow, so you can probably run some cables through it or set some things under it. This one's a little bit bigger. I think the Honeywell is maybe a 36-inch. It's like $50. This is normally $60, but I got it for like $45 at Walmart on Price Match. So I'll link both. I think both are good. I know this is a little bit longer, but most people that do these fan reviews don't talk and don't tell you anything that matters. So I tried to at least show you what this fan does. And of course you have the YouTube offers the speeds. You can speed it up twice as fast or skip through and find what you want. But I like to do these longer in-depth videos. And I did find some batteries, so that works just fine. I really like no beeping, that's really nice. These lights aren't too bad, those won't bother me at all. That ionizer, that's kind of bright, but you can put tape over it. I like this remote, it's not too big. I figured since I got everything all set up the way I wanted, I'd just do essentially like a final verdict. It's not really a review because it's still the first day, but it definitely looks really nice. It's very quiet. That's on high. I mean, that's oscillation. Very quiet. I'd say this is quieter than the last one I had. I just hope it doesn't end up making a lot of noise. Like after 3 years, my other one was just like screeching and needed lubricated. But another thing I wanted to point out is, so you get this remote with it, which is pretty cheap. It's like really hollow and the buttons are hard to press. And it's pretty bulky. It's way nicer than the other ones that look like a brick. But I kept this old one from my last fan. It was an Aloha breeze because I guess I couldn't afford the Hawaiian breeze, but I kept the remote just thinking maybe it would work, and it turns out it does. So now essentially I can use two remotes, just leave this near my bed and keep this one here. Because I figure since it's not like a TV where they need programs, they probably ought to just use the same frequency, but let's see if I can keep the focus. And most of the stuff still works. Speed, oscillation even works. And the oscillation's pretty good on that too. It almost reaches as far as the other one did. I could just, it comes back maybe a little bit more than I need to. I could just, let's see with that timer, you can see the timer up there. And then the only one that doesn't work is the mode, which it had like a weird like wind, or it was something stupid it did. And the only thing it could do is make the ionizer come on, which it doesn't do, but I'll probably never use that anyway. So if you do have an old remote to one of these fans, keep it because it just might work with this fan or another fan. I also wanted to show that there's a little spot where you can lift it up, if I can get everything. There's a little spot where you can kind of lift, but you can also store this remote here. Most of them do have like a little storage pocket, but I don't like how this one doesn't really lock in. So probably fall back out if you tilted it. Why would you do that? So just a little tidbit there. And one of the main things I wanted to do was when I lay here in bed, I wanted it to aim toward me. And one of the things I don't like is I can't get it to pick up like from here, like my old one I could just aim it right here. So that's one thing I don't like, is how the infrared on it's set up. I don't know if maybe I put some newer batteries in it that are a little stronger if it would pick up, or it's probably just the way it's designed. Now that it's facing me, you can see it, you can kind of see like behind that guitar headstock there. It's facing me, it almost aims, it's like right here, and my face is like right here. But as long as I keep my air conditioner on, that's no big deal because it's still enough breeze to keep me cool in bed. And let's see, you can see it now, it's turning away. But now I can't control it again until you can see I turned it on and off. It only picks up from over here. But aside from those few minor things, I think it's a pretty good fan. And I really like it. I would suggest getting this one. Hopefully it lasts more than 3 years, which is how long my previous one lasted. Pretty good. Moves a lot of air, so hopefully this was a good enough in-depth review. Probably you can't really find very good reviews on these fans on YouTube, so I wanted to do a nice lengthy one. So now if you see this fan in any other videos, you'll know that it's a Lasko. So here's to being cool all the time, and you'll see me in the next one. Thanks for watching.